Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye and this is my world. Okay, today we're going to talk about, are you unevenly yoked? Are you unevenly yoked? And today's message was inspired by a letter that came in. Before we get started, I just want to say welcome. Welcome to all of the new subscribers and welcome to all of the new viewers. I really appreciate you being here. And I hope that I can say something in this message that will help to improve real life. I've started something new on this channel, and you can send in your questions and I will answer them either through email or I will answer them on the air. So at the end of this video, I will show the link where you can send in your question if you're interested. Okay, so let's dig in, all right? This young lady says, I am 62 years old. My husband is 74. I was a single parent of 3 children living in subsidized housing when I met my narcissist 34 years ago. Okay. I met him while waiting for a bus, and he approached me asking if I knew anything about chanting. And she puts the chant on here. I can't see it. I'm just going to put it here. Okay. And this is, Tina Turner made this chant famous in her film, What's Love Got to Do With It? And you probably can see it. I'm not going to even tackle it. Okay. Now, he seemed very goofy, but sincere and harmless. He did not remember his address because he said he just moved. For some reason, I gave him my number. I just brushed him off because I was not really attracted to him. But it was something, or you wouldn't have given me your number. It was something about it. We started seeing each other very casually at first. I missed all the red flags. Well, you probably were thinking about getting out of that subsidized housing. That's why you wasn't looking at any red flags. Okay. He lived in a rooming house, which I didn't even know what that was. He invited me over on the cheap with wine, cheese, and crackers. He was driving a cab and admitted he was always low on funds. I accepted that because we were not intimate at that point. Okay, let's look at this. You stayed in it. Now, you can already see the man's broke. Okay, but it's something about him that drew you to him. Okay, it was something. All right, so let's see. He seemed charming and very easygoing, so he grew on me. Okay, I was not spiritual, so I accepted his Buddhist practice, which seemed very important to him, and he started introducing me to other members. They seemed like my type of people, smart, intelligent, laid back, and artistic. Me and my husband are both Aquarians. Okay, so am I. So, all right, I'm understanding where you're going with this. He's an Aquarian. That's why we're attracted. Like attracts like. Okay? Like attracts like. Now, let's see if this man is really a narcissist. Okay. After a year of dating, off and on, I became pregnant. He acted like he wanted to marry me and raise a family together. I had 3 children and he had 1 from a previous relationship. I was going to abort, but he strung me along with the promise of marriage till it was too late for an abortion. Despite this, I let this scoundrel move in. Well, You probably did. You're pregnant, and you're probably looking for some financial help, even if it's a little bit. Okay? He got a permanent job after the birth of our son, making a decent wage, but was very miserly in supporting his son. Well, you know, some men are like that. Some men are like that, and that's why I tell women, when you have these children, make sure that you can support them on your own. You can't depend on what a man is going to do. And if you do, you're setting your own self up for a life of misery, running after him for support. You have other things you can do. Number one, you can be happy. And you're not happy if you got to be running after him begging for support. Okay? You don't want to do that. All right. Like most relationships, we had our ups and downs. I did give our son his first name, but I refused to give him his last name because we were not married. This was embarrassing to him, and 8 years later, we were married. Okay. It seems like marriage was very important to you. It doesn't seem like it was that important to him, but it was very important to you. And he figured, after 8 years of you taking care of him, he figured, why not marry you? Apparently, you was providing a better life than he was providing for himself. Okay? Let's look at this. A year later, we welcomed a baby girl. I forgot to mention that my husband was a Vietnam veteran who let me know he was in the psych ward for almost 2 years, but was able to turn his life around through his Buddhist chanting. Well, the Buddhists, from what I know about them, and I did look into that religion at one time, the Buddhists are on a spiritual level. They are on a spiritual level. So if the Buddhist helped him turn his life around, that's a wonderful thing. You see, Buddhism is a spiritual practice. Okay, it's a spiritual practice. All right. He was childlike, and he did not know anything about managing money, how to get a car, and what I considered essentials of life. Well, he may have gone straight to the army right out of high school, and he didn't learn these things. Or he faced some kind of trauma in the war and forgot these things. It's one way or the other. I have yet to meet a Vietnam vet that wasn't psychologically affected by the war. I have yet to meet him. You understand? So if you met anybody that went to Vietnam, was pretty messed up. I don't know what happened over there, but it must have been awful. Okay? So let's see. I asked one of the women members of his religion why he was not snatched up by a practicing Buddhist woman member. She told me because at first he just seemed a little off, but he was growing and gaining a lot of confidence through his practice. If the man is improving through his practice, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. But a lot of Vietnam vets don't heal from that war, unfortunately. You see, and even the ones that went to Desert Storm, a lot of them have psychological issues too. You see, so let's see here. We have been married for 25 years, and I have worked tirelessly to teach him and widen his horizons. Ladies, I advise you, don't get in a situation like this where you got to build a man. just to have a man. You don't want that. You spend your whole life slaving to help somebody else be better, whether they're better or not. Your life, you understand? You've dedicated your life to another person when you need to be loving yourself and building yourself up. You see? Don't do it, ladies. I can sympathize and empathize, with the person that has hardships. I can. But I will not sacrifice myself for them. And you shouldn't either. Okay? Let's go on. We have really grown apart since COVID hit. Politically, we are at opposite ends. I am conservative and was Republican, and he is a diehard liberal. I admit, during COVID, I let my physical appearance go and gained weight. You probably did because you weren't happy. Usually these things happen when you're not happy. He was always out and about with his female Buddhist members doing religious and social activities. I knew them, they knew me. I always trusted him and believed everything he told me. Ladies, men will cheat. I really don't care what they tell you. Men will cheat if the opportunity arises. Now here comes my disclaimer. Not all men, but too many of them will cheat. And you cannot take what they tell you at face value. Now, if he's spending all his time with his female Buddhist member, where are you during this time? And why is he spending so much time with them? You see, he's got you at home to hold the home down. You see, and you've grown apart. So what's going to keep him from cheating on you? Nothing. Nothing at all. All right. So when COVID hit, I was against the vaccine. And you go on to say that he was for the vaccine and he took the vaccine. And now he's starting to exhibit signs of erectile dysfunction. I believe this was the result of him taking the vaccine. I didn't take the vaccine. I disagreed with it myself. You see, and I can understand why you felt that it was something sinister about the vaccine, because I have to agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on that one. Now, this is kind of funny. I believe this was the result. This erectile dysfunction was a result of the COVID. But I did not understand this. The condom no longer worked because it would slide off. I no longer wanted oral sex either. You don't want anything from him because now you think he's not only toxic, but you think he's poison. So you don't want to have really anything to do with him. You understand? And now, on top of that, let's see. He is divorcing me now. Moved out of the home, no longer paying bills and taking me through the ringer with his narcissistic lawyer and delaying spousal support. I have depleted all my meager savings on attorney fees, and house is in foreclosure stages because he wants to hurt me. Yeah. The narcissist means to destroy you anyway. If this man is truly a narcissist, him destroying you is never going to stop. In fact, even after he divorced you, he may try to come back if he is a true narcissist. Now, understand there are people out here who have narcissistic characteristics. They're not full-blown narcissists, but they do have the characteristics, which they will still try to hurt you and destroy you if they can. This man is revengeful, and I don't see why he's revengeful. He's the one that's discarding you. You see? But it seems like he wants to hurt you. And if he is a narcissist, that's what they do. And it's a shame that you depended on him for your livelihood. You see, ladies, this is why I tell you to make sure that you have your own income. Don't go out here and hook up with these men thinking that they are going to support you. Sometimes women get that man, but many times women don't. They don't. You see, and then it just leaves you in devastation and in poverty. Now here you are losing the house that you shared with him when he got a good job. You see? And I suppose he's still on a good job, but now he's found another woman that he wants. And he's discarding you. And this is hard. This is very hard. Because I know that you bent over backwards to please this man. You helped him get his VA disability and worked tirelessly to negotiate with his job for early retirement. He seems to be living the good life, and his Buddhist members put him up in a very nice apartment while our house is literally falling apart because he never made repairs or any upkeeps. You totally gave this man your life on a platter. You trusted this man with your life. You see, ladies, you can't do that. You can't do that. Or you would end up just like this. With nothing. With nothing. But you're still living and you can start over. Okay? Now you have gone through a lot with this man. Now, I'm still questioning in my mind if, like I said, if he is a full-blown narcissist, but he probably has some narcissistic characteristics. And you didn't mention in the letter, did he abuse you? Was it emotional abuse? Was it physical abuse? You didn't mention that. And this is what the narcissist does. They come right in after they get in and start the abuse. If he didn't do that, it looks like when he moved in or you all got married, after your second baby came, let's see here. Oh, okay. So, you allowed this man to move into your home. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. You see, unfortunately, many women who allow a man to move in, they think the man is going to keep the house up. When everything's break or, he's handy, he's going to make sure the upkeep of the house. He will if it's his house. He's not necessarily going to do it for your house. You understand? I made the mistake of allowing a man to move in my house. He broke things in my house and never told me. You see, I would find broken stuff over in the corner somewhere. He didn't care. He didn't care. He had no invested interest in my house. He was just taking advantage, living there. And this man was probably doing the same thing with you. Taking him in, helping him get on his feet, helping him to get his disability and everything. And now, since he's on his feet, now he's going to find a woman that of his desires and just leave you with whatever. He does not care if you lose your home. He does not care for you, period. And see, COVID just brought it to a head. It was happening on the lawn, but you probably weren't paying attention. You see, COVID didn't just bring this on with this man. It was in his mind all along. He took 8 years to marry you, which tells me he really didn't want to marry you in the first place. He probably did after members of the church probably spoke to him about having kids and he's not married to you and that kind of thing. And that's probably why he married, finally. But he didn't want to. He was not serious about you. And it wasn't that you were unevenly yoked. Now, let me go back to that. Number one, this man, both of you probably had the same thing when you started. Because you said you were in subsidized housing and he was in a rooming house. So it didn't look like either one of you had much. You see? And you didn't say what you did for income, but he was a taxi cab driver. So it looks like you were pretty evenly yoked then when you met each other. But you had a home and he didn't. Okay, that was the imbalance. But you thought because he was a pleasant man that he would come in, and maybe he even said that he would help you with the house. You understand? But it's a lot of women that have that in their minds that a man is handy and a man is going to, do the upkeep of the house. You don't have to worry about that. But that's a misnomer. No. You can only count on yourself. Only. And ladies, don't be afraid to learn how to pick up a hammer or a saw. You understand? Don't be afraid to do that. I know this lady. If something got broke in the house, in fact, if the TV didn't work, she wouldn't even try to figure it out. She would wait until her husband came home from work to figure it out. She just shut her brain down. Ladies, we are the intelligent species. We are. We are the intelligent ones. And the males have the strength. But if the males don't want to share what they have with us, then we have to use our own. Don't wait around for a man to do it for you. And don't run out here hooking up with these men thinking that you can change them to be what you desire. You have to take these people as they are. As you find them. You see? Now, when you met him, he was in a rooming house. I would never. And you had a home? Whatever it was that attracted you to this man, it wasn't because you was evenly yoked. You didn't say in the letter, but it was something that attracted you to him over the fact that he was broke. That he was broke. You see, I don't understand how you thought that this was going to make something. You understand? When I suggest that instead of engaging your time with this broke man, You should have been working on yourself, loving yourself, building your own income so that you can pay for your house yourself. You understand? And pay for any upkeep that it needed yourself. Don't rely on these men. If you happen to get a man that does that, let that be icing on the cake. But don't let that be your cake. Thinking that a man is going to come in there and make these things happen for you. There was a time way back in history when that could have been so. But not today. Not in these times. You need to take care of yourself. Now, this was a long letter. So I hope that I said something by reading this letter that can help you in your situation. Now, you're divorcing, you're losing the house, and you're 62 years old. Just know your life is not over. You can start over and build your empire again. Let me tell you, Mary Kay didn't even make her money until she was 60. You can still make an income and support yourself and live a happy life. And be happy. You'll probably be happier alone than going out here trying to hook up with somebody else. You understand? And you need to heal. Because any time that you spend with a person that is a narcissist or a person that has narcissistic tendencies, you need to heal from that before you try to move on to another relationship, or it will affect your new relationship. So I hope it helps. Okay, now I'm going to try to get through at least another one of these letters. I don't want this to be too long. Okay, Miss Faye, you are an early riser who gets up early in the morning, like at 6 a.m. and maybe have coffee and tea, and then get your day started. Yeah, how'd you know? How did you know? Yes, I am up at 6 every day. And you seem like you wake up with a smile every day. I do. I'm not around any toxic people. That's the key. That's the key. Could you tell us how to do that through all the pain and suffering, sometimes trauma, that we as women deal with sometimes on a daily basis? Okay, and she goes on to tell some of the ills that men are doing to women, that kind of thing. Women, let go of any toxic people in your life. Any toxic people in your life. Now listen to me. It could be your own children. If they are grown and they are toxic, you need to separate yourself from that. Separate yourself from that. And if your husband is toxic and you're in the same house or whatever, you need to kind of distance yourself from that. You see? Now, I know that you don't want to just cut them off completely. That's a hard thing. But you need distance from toxicity because it affects your energy. It affects your energy. How can you be happy in a toxic environment? It's impossible. It's impossible. You need to find your peace. Find your peace. Now, I'm gonna give you a little hint here. If you can find a quiet place, whether it's in your garden, if it's outside, it's better. In your garden, on your patio, or maybe just a room in your house where you can just be alone. You need to be alone at least 30 minutes every day, where you can go in there and just be quiet with yourself. Quiet with yourself, where you can think clearly about things. And during this time, visualize yourself in your happy place. Visualize yourself being happy with no burdens at all. You see? And after a while, even if you're around in a toxic environment that you would like to get out of, but you're stuck in it for now, you will find that the toxicity will kind of move away from you. It'll kind of move away from you. And that's what you want. You want peace and happiness in your life. Now, you got to love yourself. And you got to go within yourself, not without. Quit going out looking for people to make you happy. People can't make you happy. You have to be happy with yourself. You got to love yourself. You understand? And the only way that you begin that journey is to go inside. And if you pray, pray. If you meditate, meditate. But I always say when you pray, because, I was raised in the church. And praying to a lot of folks who are raised in the church is begging. You got to beg the divine for what you want. You got to plead. You got to cry out. No. The divine does not require that. And when you do that, it shows the divine that you don't believe that you'll get it. That's why you're begging. You don't believe. You got to believe and have faith. You ask and you believe that you have it already. That's how you're happy. You're happy inside, and it shows on the outside. You see? You're not faking it. You're really happy on the inside. You see? Now, I hope that message helps you. I hope that it helps. And I know on, I think it was my last video, I showed a book, Ask and It Is Given. If you didn't see that video, go back and check that out. There were 2 books that I showed on that video. And those 2 books can help you find your happiness inside of you. Inside of you. And I recommend that you go back. I think it was either my last video or the one before. And I showed 2 books on there. Let's try to get through one more letter before we end it here. All right? I am 39 years old. For the past few months, I've been dating a guy that's ambitious, financially stable, dependable, and reliable. He sounds like a gem to me. My concern is his weight. He's 6 feet 1, 360 pounds, and obese. Obesity can lead to stroke, heart attacks, heart issues, and other health issues. I'm 5 foot, 185 pounds, and my question is, should I continue dating this dude? He says he's trying to lose weight, but I'm not sure if he has enough willpower and self-control to lose 100 and 150 pounds. Your thoughts? Okay. You know I'm going to be blunt with you. Leave him. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it seems that you are more attracted by his appearance than him. You are distracted by his appearance and not who he is inside. You see, you said in a letter that he is financially stable, he's ambitious, he's dependable and reliable. Listen, if he's all of that, I'll take him. He sounds like a good man. I didn't see anything you said in the letter to make me believe that he's a horrible man for you. Now, you don't like his appearance. Let him go and wait until somebody comes along that suits your desires in the appearance of a man. You understand? Don't put this man through it. Don't. Now, it's true. It's true. You know, he could get a stroke, a heart attack, all of that. But he's got to decide that he wants to lose it, not you. That's the point. You can't change people. The more you badger him, he may just lose the weight just to appease you. But the weight will come back because he did not decide in his own mind that he wanted to lose the weight. You see, this is the thing about losing weight. Of course, you don't want to be with a person that, you know what I mean. Yeah, everybody wants a little arm candy. Everybody wants that. You understand? But this man has to decide that he wants to lose the weight, or you should wait until your arm candy comes along. If that's what you need and desire and want, then let this man go. Let him do his thing. You understand? He may run up on somebody who likes him big. You understand? Who likes him big. It's up to him, not you. It's up to him, totally. He has to decide, because losing that much weight, 100 and 150 pounds, that's a lot of weight. And he's got to be committed. He's got to be committed. And I'm going to tell you, for him to do it for you doesn't mean he's going to keep it off. He'll only keep it off if he decides that it's unhealthy for his lifestyle and he wants to lose it. Then he'll stick with it. He'll stick with it. But you battering him and telling him and, and all that, no, it won't work out in the end. And he may start resenting you for it. You understand? But, if you don't love him, is somebody out there who will. So my advice to you, if you don't like his appearance and it's a big thing for you, then you need to move on to someone else and let this man be. You understand? Because he may go on and lose weight for you. But if he has not decided in his own mind that he wants to lose his weight, he will gain it all back. He'll gain it all back. And there's no way that you can prevent that. You see, when you love somebody, if it's going to go to love, you want to build a relationship, you got to love the crust of that person. You got to love all of the nicks and things that get on your nerves or what. You got to love all of them. You can't change them, mold them into what you want, and then you can love them. No, that's the wrong way to go about it. Wait until the person comes along that fits what you want. You see? And everybody is happy. Okay, that's my advice. Now, for those of you who would like to send questions in, here it is. Send your questions to Miss Faye's World at hotmail.com. And I will either respond to your question on the air, or I will send you an email with your answer. Now, if you have a question you don't want me to discuss on the air, just say it in the email and I won't. I will just send you your answer in the email. So send your questions to MissFayesWorld@hotmail.com. And I will do my best to get through all of your emails, all of your questions. So just be patient. Now, I can't always tell you when your answer is going to air. So the best way to catch it is don't miss a video. Don't miss a video. But I will do my best to let you know when it's going to air. So, people, I hope that these messages resonated with someone. And I hope that it can help. So, I'm going to end it here. And I want to say thank you all for your comments. Just keep them coming. I enjoy so much reading them. And I appreciate you watching this video and supporting this channel. And I thank those who leave a donation. Thank you so much. I wish you all well, and I hope to see you next time.